we welcome back the author of Captivate, behavioral investigator, Vanessa Van Edwards. Good to have you with us again. All right, so you say it's important to have a routine.
Yeah, so
and a healthy routine.
Yeah, we talk all the time about productivity and people skills, but I think if you don't have yourself set up right from the start, it's very, very hard to be your best self.
Right.
So I thought we would talk about some of the interesting things that you could think about for your morning routine. And we have 25,000 mornings.
No way.
As adult. In our adult life, yep, we have 25,000 mornings. So we should really be capturing
doing something with these mornings.
Exactly, otherwise they just kind of happen.
So do you have people who've been success stories and show what they do in the mornings?
So I found some famous morning routines for us. Okay, so the first one is Jane Austen. So Jane Austen, what do you think her morning routine was, if you had to guess? What do you think she did in the morning?
I would say she got up, had a cup of coffee, and wrote.
Okay, so most of the creatives and famous people actually do start with creative time, and she did creative time, but she actually played the piano.
Really?
First thing in the morning to warm up her brain.
She's oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so she actually used piano time to warm up her brain. It was also the only time where her sisters weren't on the piano, so it was the only time she could get it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
And then that's how she woke them up in the morning.
Exactly, it was the alarm clock. I wouldn't mind that. So piano, breakfast with her sisters, and writing. So you were actually writing that. So former President Obama, he's good. He gets up, cardio, weights, and then breakfast with his family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss him.
Everybody's a solid start to the morning.
Oh, that's perfect. But I can't. I tell you what, I'm not one of those people that can get up in the morning and go work out. But
it takes a lot.
That would be the only time he would have in his day, really.
I would think so. And also, it could be that gets his mind right. And we're going to talk in a little bit about intention, what you can do in the morning to set yourself up based on your goals.
Okay.
So the last one is Ariana Huffington. So this one, she talks a lot about yoga and meditation, that's exactly what she does. She gets up, does a little bit of yoga, meditates, gets herself centered and right.
Wow.
So I picked these three different, very unique examples because I think this helps set us up for our mornings. And the very first thing is not all morning routines are created equal. So you see all these articles that say every morning you should drink lemon water, or every morning you should work out. But actually, you should set your intention first.
And what do you mean by your intention?
So if you think about what do you want more of in your day, it could be productivity, but it also could be being more grounded. It could be getting your body right. It could be that's the only time you have with your family. So actually, the very first step I want you to think about is what is your intention for the day? What do you want more of? So health, wellness, happiness, family time. Like for you, what's the one thing you want more of out of your day? What does your morning do for you?
I would like more laughter in my day.
More laughter, okay. So what do you do in your morning routine? We talked about this a little bit earlier.
Well, what I do now in my morning, I get up, get my cup of coffee, let the dogs out, and then I go online and I play Lexless with my friends.
Okay, you play games.
Yeah.
So for you, that is actually the perfect morning routine because your goal is more happiness, more pleasure, more fun.
Right.
So for you, that's actually perfect. So I actually want people to think about what's your intention for what you want for the whole day. The second thing to do, and this is a little bit counterintuitive, is I want you to actually create a not to-do list.
A not to-do list?
A not to-do list. So most of us think of our to-do list, right? We think in the morning,
got our list,
do.
Right.
But I actually think that it's more important here to set up a not to-do list. And the reason for this is because you want to think, what are the things that I do that take away from my goal?
Oh, good point.
So this could be checking email first thing.
Yeah.
Maybe depending on what your goal is. It could be not doing any like busy work or chores or anything around the house if you're trying to get more mindful. So I want you to think about your not-to-do list.
Oh, not Googling people for the sake of Googling them.
There you go. Not social media is a big one. Not emails is a big one. Maybe even not eating right away. Like some people say they want to drink water first.
That would be a good one. Not Facebooking.
Not social media first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your not-to-do list straight. It's absolutely addiction. So
I've got a problem.
Are you? We're
do.
here for you, Helen.
I do.
We're here for you.
Okay.
So I want you to have your not-to-do list actually first.
Okay.
Those are the things that are forbidden, and you should actually have a not-to-do list because if you see it written down, it's much easier not to do it. The third thing is to set up barriers for that not-to-do list. So you know how when the phone is right there, it's so easy to check it?
Right.
I want you to actually set up barriers, either time barriers, so it's further away from the bed, or space barriers. So having a downstairs charging station, right? It's real hard.
That's smart.
Real hard to get to your phone when it's all the way out of the cold bed and all the way downstairs. Maybe if you wanted to not eat breakfast right away, but actually do some yoga yoga or meditation first is making sure that you do not have any of your breakfast ready to go, right? It's harder to prepare it.
Oh, yeah.
Having your gym clothes right by the side of the bed, right, all the way packed. Even I know people who sleep in their gym clothes, right? That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
So setting up some barriers to set yourself up for success, especially if it's around social media or email, making sure, like locking your phone, giving your partner your password, and making sure that only they can unlock it.
Oh, interesting.
Right, that's one that you could do for you. And the fourth one is to choose what you actually want to replace with. So we've gotten rid of all these things, we set up barriers, what do you want to do instead? And so there's a whole bunch of things that you can do, from creative work to exercise to food. Is there anything you'd want to add to your morning routine?
Well, I think exercise would be a good one.
So the question is what kind of exercise would best fit your happiness goals, right? So you were talking about maybe having more pleasure during the day. So maybe that's not running on the treadmill, but maybe it's stretching with a friend, finding a yoga buddy, being able to do something with someone else.
Yeah, those are all good.
Yeah, so I would start thinking about what are the things that you want to slowly start adding in, and then begin experimenting with them.
And then you said you have some science-based tips, like just don't hit the snooze.
Yes, so a sleep expert said that every time you hit the snooze button, you actually begin to go back into your sleep cycle. So you feel like you're getting more sleep, but actually that could make you more tired.
Oh, wow.
So try to set yourself up, either sleep later, right? Just set it up so you have no option for snooze, or make sure to use an alarm that doesn't have a snooze button.
Oh, right. And then what about roll over? Well, let's see, hydrate first, you said.
So hydration is one of the things we often don't think about water until much later in the day. So one of the best things you can do first thing in the morning is make sure that you're drinking water, first and foremost. Also breathing. So I know this sounds crazy, but a couple of researchers looked at breath first thing in the morning, and your body is actually pretty low on oxygen. So when you take in a few deep breaths, it can be sort of a semi-coffee, right? Like getting yourself up, that oxygenating your blood. And the last one, this rolling over. So a chiropractor a bunch of chiropractors got together and found that when people get out of bed without rolling over first, it's actually when they often strain their necks or strain their back first thing. So the best thing to do is get out of bed right, which means to roll over to your side and then push yourself up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A really little tip, but it actually can help protect your body from
It's a good one. And then you say wait 20 minutes before screen time.
If you can. Remember that your eyes, they have just opened in the morning. They're not used to all that light. So if you can just give them 20 minutes to adjust or get ready for the day, that's the best thing you can do for your eyes.
Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vanessa Van Edwards, author of Captivate.